In this video, I'm gonna go over the most important armor enchantments that you're gonna need for 1.19. 1.19 adds in the scariest mob yet with the Warden. The Warden lies in the ancient cities and it causes havoc amongst players, even hitting them when he cannot reach them. So this is an insane mob that you need a severe protection from. So how do you do it? Well, obviously, you need the best armor in the game, plus the best enchantments to sneak past him. So, let's get into it. Now, starting off, for the enchantments, what you're going to need is the best armor in the game, which is netherite. It can be crafted by using diamond armor and a netherite ingot within a smithing table. So, as you can see, we get netherite just like that. So this is going to be vital against the Warden, preventing a bunch of knockback resistance, which diamond armor normally does not give you. As you can see while comparing the two, the diamond chestplate does not give you one more armor point and it does not give you the knockback resistance. As you can see, we get an extra armor toughness and a knockback resistance, which is vital when fighting the Warden. You're going to need everything that you can get. So let's get into the real enchantments. And these are the most important enchants for your netherite gear. Now, there is a specific order that you have to do these, and I'll be covering them right after I do the enchantments. So don't rush ahead just thinking that, oh yeah, you can just combine them all, since there needs to be a specific order, or you will hit the too expensive problem, which you do not want to hit because you cannot regain your books afterwards. And this is all done using books, not an enchantment table, as to get the exact precise enchantments that you want, since the enchantment table is unreliable. So I'd recommend just getting a bunch of villagers to do this, since most books are actually repeats. But anyways, let's do this. First of all, the helmet. The helmet requires protection 4, unbreaking 3, mending, respiration 3, aqua affinity, and as an optional, thorns. Now, I'll be covering thorns a little bit after we go through all these and why you may or may not want to use it. Next up is the chestplate. The chestplate goes to protection 4, unbreaking 3, and mending. Then the netherite leggings, you want protection 4, unbreaking 3, mending, and swift sneak. Now, Swift Sneak is the new enchantment, and it can go up to level 3. So I'd recommend this really for the Warden, because it helps you sneak by it so fast, and it is just really efficient for getting by the new Warden. Then onto the boots, we got Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Feather Falling 4, Depth Strider 3, and Soul Speed, with an optional Thorns. So why or why not do you want to use Thorns? Well, Thorns is kind of a wild card. Now, Thorns, depending on what you're trying to do, may annoy you or help you. So let's go through the pros and cons of them. Some cons may be, oh, your friend hits you and then you hit them back, but they have like wolves and then they attack you. Or just like you try to get a zombie into a specific place for a farm, but then the zombie dies because it hits you. And so on. In multiple situations that don't involve a zombie, similar things can happen, which is very annoying, especially when you're doing farm building. But obviously, it depends on what you're trying to do. For all other occasions where you just want to kill mobs fast, then I'd recommend Thorns. But I will be covering it in the how to enchant it. So let's go do that right now. Now this is how to get past the too expensive enchantment, and remember to do everything in this exact order or you might hit the too expensive problem. So let's go through it, and I'm in survival mode so that you guys know this is actually the solution to get it, since if you combine it in creative mode it will never hit too expensive. So let's go through these. Now starting off with the helmet. Helmet, you're first going to want to combine protection 4. After you have done that, you're going to want to combine Respiration 3 and Aqua Affinity. Yes, you're going to want to combine these two books together just to help be the most effective way to do it. And then after that, combine that with the helmet. Respiration 3 and Aqua Affinity, combine that with the Protection 4 helmet. Then, after you have done that, now you want to combine the Thorns 3 with Mending. So just simply combine Mending and Thorns 3. If you don't have Thorns, just skip this step, and any step I basically use Thorns in. But then get the book. Now that you have the book, what you're going to want to do is simply combine this book with the Unbreaking 3 book. So just combine it just like so, and then combine this with the helmet. And as you can see, this is the most effective way of getting a helmet. I did not experience the too expensive thing, and it actually cost me very little levels to actually do. So this is very useful for enchanting your helmet, and will even apply to future enchantments that may come down the line for the helmet, so that you never experience it in the future as well. And then for the chestplate is pretty simple, only involving 3 enchantments. You'll never even run into this problem with the chestplate or the leggings so far, but obviously let's just do it just in case. So first up is Protection 4 with the chestplate, and then after this add Thorns 3. After you have done that with the chestplate, you're going to want to combine Unbreaking 3 with Mending. And then lastly, you're just going to combine the book with the chestplate. And just like so, you got yourself a pretty good chestplate that does not experience the too expensive one. Then going on to the leggings. Now the leggings has a new enchantment, so it's going to be similar to basically what you did here, but now adding on the new enchantment. As you can see, the enchantment costs a lot, which means you normally want to do it near the end. So basically just do every step, but then do it at the end. So do Protection 4, just like so. Combine Unbreaking 3 with Mending. And then obviously combine that to the leggings. And then combine the leggings with Thorns 3. And then combine the Thorns 3 leggings with the Unbreaking 3 and Mending book. And then add on the final Swift Sneak enchantment. And just like so, it works like that. And then lastly, onto the boots. Now the boots is kind of the hardest, having the most enchantments, but we can quickly do it. First up is Protection 4. Then you're going to want to combine Depth Strider with Feather Falling 4. So just do that, and then after you have done that, what you're going to want to do is combine the boots with the Depth Strider book, just like so. Then after that, you're going to want to combine Soul Speed 3 with Mending. So get your Soul Speed 3, get Mending, and combine the books together. Then, after that, what you're going to want to do is simply combine the boots with the Mending and Soul Speed 3. And then you're going to want to combine the Unbreaking 3 book with the Thorns book. And then combine that with the boots. And just like so, you have the perfect boots. As you can see, this is perfect armor, and it did not hit the too expensive enchantment, even with all of these enchantments straight on it. As you can see, that was very effective, and it didn't waste that much levels. As you can see from the bottom, I've only wasted 197 levels, which is actually not a lot for the perfect set of gear. So what you're going to want to do is simply put that on, and now you're practically ready to face the warden. And then for the weapons, what you're going to want to do is for the sword, the axe, and the bow, which are the most common, also the shield. Now, for the sword, you're going to want to have Sharpness 5, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Fire Aspect 2, Sweeping Edge 3, and Looting 3. Now, you could optionally have Knockback 2, but you may not want that for different situations, as you may not want to knock back your enemy that far so that you can get more hits on them up close. But in other situations, you may want to knock them back before they can kill you. But you could also use the bow to knock them back, so it's situational. Then, going on to the Nether Eight Axe. The Nether Eight Axe requires Sharpness, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Silk Touch, and Efficiency. Obviously, Silk Touch and Efficiency is to make it a multi-purpose tool for killing and for farming. So obviously, you can just not have that if you want to, but obviously, if you want to make it multi-purpose, you can. Then the bow will have Power 5, Unbreaking 3, Flame, Punch 2, and Infinity. Now, instead of Infinity, you could have Mending, but I really do think that Infinity is way better than Mending. You only need a single arrow, and you basically have infinite arrows, which is so much more useful than having to make an arrow every single time. But if you would like Mending, you could have that instead of Infinity. And then finally, for the shield, it's Unbreaking and Mending. So let's get into how to not make this too expensive. And I will be including the parts with knockback, and obviously I cannot include mending since it can't be on the same thing. So just note that when combining these, and if you're just not going to use knockback, just skip the knockback step. So first up, we got the sword. Now the sword, firstly, you're going to want to combine with sharpness 5. Then, after you do that, you're going to want to combine a fire aspect 2 with knockback 2. So just don't do knockback if you're not going to use knockback. But once you have that, what you're going to want to do is combine the books. So just combine that with the fire aspect 2, knockback 2 book. After that, you're going to want to combine looting 3 with mending. So combine mending and looting 3. Then after that, what you're going to want to do is combine the book with the looting 3 plus mending. And then what you're going to want to do is combine the sword with sweeping edge 3 plus unbreaking 3. So just add the unbreaking 3 and sweeping edge 3 together and then combine that with the sword. Just like so. And as you can see, I did not hit too expensive and I got all of these enchantments. And then now onto the axe. The axe is going to obviously be a little bit different. The axe will be sharpness, just like so. And then combine efficiency 5 with mending, just like that. After that, you're going to want to combine the axe with the efficiency 5 mending. And then after that, combine the 2 unbreaking 3 and silk touch, and then combine that with the axe, just like so. Then for the bow, you're going to want to first combine infinity. Then after that, combine power 5 with flame. Then combine the bow with the power 5 flame. And then combine punch 2 with unbreaking 3, and then combine that with the bow. And then lastly, the shields, you can just do it either way you want, but if you really want to know, it would be mending and then unbreaking. But now let's face the warden. What you're going to want to do is grab some stew and some golden carrots slash golden apples. The suspicious stew that I'm using currently is this way, using a dandelion, red mushroom, brown mushroom, and a bowl. And this will give you saturation, which is one of the most important things to actually have while fighting the warden, since it gives you a bunch of hunger bars. But let's just spawn in a warden and go fight it. So let me summon the warden right over here, and then let me go over here, set up my gear, and now I am ready to fight the warden. As you can see, the warden will see me right over here, and I can now attack it. His normal hits will just do 2 hearts for me. The thing that you're going to want to be scared about is his sonic beam attack. As you can see, that did a ton of damage to my health. And obviously, you do not want to let 2 of those hit on you or else you're dead. So if you try to run away from it really fast, it is going to kill you. So just remember that even with the best armor, you will die if you get hit by multiple sonic attacks. But I will actually cover the full way of how to actually face the warden and fight him in the best way possible in my next video. But I will actually do a full-on in-depth tutorial on how to dodge the warden, especially its sonic attacks. And basically just attack it and not hide from it. But remember to watch that video because just having armor is clearly not enough to face the warden. He will sonic beam attack you twice and you're out. So just go watch that video if you need to know. But this armor should work great against any other mob. And I do really think it is a good thing that the warden can kill you that quickly, considering this is supposed to be one of the hardest mobs in the game. But remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those notifications if you want to see my next video on how to dodge the warden. And it'll be just fully in-depth on how to pass its sonic beam attack. Yes, there is a way to actually tank it / block it. So I'll get into that next video, but once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Share it with a friend if you think they need to know the best enchantments, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.